on, man.
What?
Time is now. It's back to the corn. It's like wow, he's back to the corn. I'm in the house straight crunching away. In a perfect world, I'll do it every day. Take the butter and you run around the top, add a little salt. There is no way to beat that. You're on the top. Dang, back to the corn. Glad I was born. Back in the house and I'm back to the corn. Back to the corn. Let's go. That was lame. Next time, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So unprepared. Anyway. What am I doing? This. Going off the menu. Time to continue. There's more on the menu. Won't stop because I'm too far in you. You had enough. You say you over stuff. You ever heard that? School us. Album sales. That's that. Oh man, I don't have my new shirt up here. Oh well. Just gotta get to my man and he's gonna buy the CD. I think that happened a week ago, right? I was on the road. I was quite an adventure. So the album didn't get sold. I had some copies with me. Went through Nashville, no time to do anything. But just drive through it. So that's that. Number 2, my Reformation music video. So did see Theon today. The latest is we're gonna have another meeting, another lunch. We're gonna have the whole family there, which is cool. That's the support team. So let's do that, and I'll let you know what happens. So we're moving forward with that. On the YouTube channel, Leon Trilogy Part 1 is up to about what is it? 40 views? That's not bad. I shared it about 65 times. I'm a little out of whack since I was on the road. That messed me up. I thought I was doing it every day and I wasn't exactly writing it down. I really didn't have a ton of as much time as I thought to just make little notes and keep up on my day-to-day stuff while out on the road. So I'm going to have to play a little catch up there. Don't think I have anything else to say. What was I gonna? Yeah, I'll come back to that. Okay, so that's that. Rules of engagement. Nothing to say there. Bellevue Ballers. It's coming along. Okay, let me talk about. I guess we can go back to YouTube channel. So what I did make progress with. I should have done some research here, but I was in Spokane, so I went to WWGHQ, the headquarters there, and asked about the Goads, and there's not a relationship there right now. So I kind of on my own as far as getting a hold of them. But yeah, so that's I think my next step there is do what I can, but I think I'm still want to since we have the one album sale pending and then 2 shirt sales more or less have happened. Take that $50 and put it towards their buying Goads music. I need to double check how much those are, starting with their oldest and coming to the newest. And then putting it on my YouTube channel, but making it private. That way, at least I'm happy. I've done it. And then I suppose I can just share it with anybody I want. I don't get all the credit like you do if you do it publicly, but I get the satisfaction of doing it, which was better than nothing because that's the best I can come up with at this point. I don't know how I'm gonna get a hold of it. There's a couple more possibilities, but I'm trying to do it in a way that's not too creating too much friction or asking too much from somebody where they don't see a benefit. I hopefully they can explain the benefit, but it's just like I said, there's some kind of some question marks there. So it's not just it's not a straight shot. So, but I really want to do it. Okay. Music for Back to the Rhyme song. So I thought what I should do. I've got my friend Luke over there with the Larson Real Estate. He's willing to record if I bring him close to a good demo. And I want to make a song for Back to the Rhyme. So why don't I get on my keyboard and put together a demo? However I can do it. And then say, here we go, Luke. Are we good? Can we do it? And then if he says yes, then we'll make this music for this. And then I thought I could do an intro, maybe I have an intro if I can learn how to do an intro before. I don't know how I'd do it, but I think that's a pretty reasonable goal, pretty manageable, and that's something I think would be good. I'd satisfy my friend out there. He wants to have some music. Well, he wants to have some music in general, but Tom there, and I would have music for my intro. Okay. So that's that. Okay, so this is the old merch. I got the new merch was way over there. I've already moved around enough after that Shoji screen was falling down. Darn near. Thankfully, Hand Slammer didn't hear too much of that. I didn't get hand slammed. I don't think I've ever been hand slammed during a live stream. Thankfully. No, nobody should have to experience that. He's been chilling, though. That's been good. Merch. So, nothing to share with you there. Trump's gonna thump. Where's my phone? I did wear my Trump shirt out there in South Dakota. I could wear it in Seattle, but I just figured that's more where it's well received, so I wear it out there. So I went the day with the Trump shirt on. That was cool. No problem. So this is the biggest potential gain this week is you will be glorified. All right, so I'm going to see my cousin July 10th. Boom. So that's good. I met the new worship pastors. I said I was hoping to meet them, and if it wasn't for me just walking next to him, I wouldn't have found the other person. But I had already known progress was being made because I already knew I was going to see my cousin on July 10th. So, but then I talked to him. He's like, yeah, email me what you have. I said, well, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but I can send you what I did. I'll send it anyway. Okay. And then, so I think I'll send the song we did along with maybe the My Reformation music video. You can get a sense of my lyrics, what a song could look like on a hip hop side. This guy seems like he's got a little funk in him, His singing style is more rock style. He's not hardcore, but he's kind of nice, He's not out there, he's kind of funk, kind of grooving, So hopefully, so we'll see. I got to do that this week. That's on my list now. So that's that. I think I went through that in pretty good time. I'd say the craziest, I should have looked it up. I can't believe it. So I think there are some crazier places in Seattle for sure in terms of, well, I was just with some friends, my wife and I, and our families, and they're talking about how Florida is. It's crazier. People drive crazier. Here it's more polite. But when I was driving through the St. Louis area, they said that there was an auto accident. Okay. and the two who got in the accident got out of their cars, and they didn't exchange insurance information. They exchanged gunfire. Okay. And so that was going on. And then sadly, I think the stray hit somebody and killed this person, I believe, at least shot somebody who was around the area. That's just terrible. And the police came, to the scene of the accident. There's an accident. You're going to show up to try to assist. And they're shooting at each other. Oh, now they're both shooting at the police. That's just crazy. Wow. I just couldn't, I can believe it, but wow. Anyway, I don't really have much else to say. I mean, that's what's going on in some parts of the world, but that story was so amazing to me. Thought I would just pass that along. If you hadn't heard that from St. Louis, on this trip, I wanted to go to Nashville and I didn't get to stop. And if I could see a Cardinals game, I want to do that. I couldn't. They were in Milwaukee. I just couldn't do it, but it was a hard trip. It was hard. I didn't have the planning I would have needed to make it more successful, but I didn't really want to plan. But now if I were to do it again, I'd be forced to plan. So, oh well. You live and learn. And you move on. Uh-oh. What? I have my song downstairs. No. What? Did I finish it? Oh, I did finish it. I came up with a new one. Whew. Man. I remember the name. I didn't really think of what I was going to do with it too much, but let's see what I can come up with. Kind of put myself out there. I'm like, oh boy, what am I going to do? I was going to do some research. I didn't do it. Why do I do this to myself? All right. So the song is called So Sober. And I have my dictionary here, so let's just get the exact definition of sober. At least I can do that. If you ever flip through the dictionary and get lost in it, I don't know that word. I don't know that. Okay. Sober. Habitually. Whoa. Abstemious. Oh, like abstaining. In the use of alcoholic liquors, temperate, not intoxicated. That's number 2. Number 3, straightforward in character, serious. 4, plain or subdued, not garish, sober attire. 5, devoid of frivolity, excess, exaggeration, or speculative imagination. Gave a sober assessment of the situation. 6, characterized by self-control or sanity, reasonable. All right. So, in my journey in life, I'm working. So I mentioned this Celebrate Recovery because it's like a big tent of people who want to remain sober, all relative to their challenges, which are there's a wide range of them. And I'm fellowshipping with guys who've got a similar situation. But I want to learn more about this. And I just thought it'd be interesting because people have different challenges. And what happens is when you don't share the same struggle as others, but you have your own challenge, I think you can have empathy for somebody more, but you don't, it's just different. Whereas if you have the same challenge as that person, it is different too. And you can support them differently. But it's an interesting way of approaching it, being sober. And this talks about liquor, but again, when we talk about these other areas of struggle in life, they use the term being sober when you're not, I guess, well, they could use the term getting intoxicated or acting out or going off just going off your plan or whatever, where you're causing harm to yourself in some way or your family, that type of thing. So, what can I talk about with this? I don't know. What am I going to say? So sober. All right, let me try. I came up with it. I put myself out there. I so much. Okay, here we go. I so much want to be so sober. That's interesting when you think about a person with self-control, no frills, no hype, just boom. I think a lot of people would strive for that. It might seem a little boring, but at least if we talk about having self-control, that's ideal, right? You're in control of your emotions. You're in control of your actions. Everything is done. Did you see the Mariners fight? That was interesting. But I was observing the Angels manager. That dude seems pretty sober in terms of he's pretty solid. I guess he took over for Joe Madden. I heard Joe Madden created a mohawk to motivate the team, and then before he could show the team his mohawk, he got fired. Did I talk about that? I don't know, but that was quite an interesting story. But this dude doesn't seem like the mohawk kind of guy. He seems a little more sober than that. Yeah, I love Joe Madden. This guy's Phil Nevin. Seems good. I like that kind of stuff, man. I like sports. I like leadership, man. So, but that fight was interesting. I'll say that. That's it's interesting. Baseball fights are interesting. Okay, I so much want to be so sober. So much so. I so much want to be so sober. So much so. I'll say won't stop till this is over. Until it's over. Now, the thought that came to me was, because let's say, personally, I don't have to be specific, but if I want to set a new goal, and it's very hard sometimes, and then you're going to get in a situation like, oh, not again, or oh, no. But it's like life's going to have challenges for everybody. And it's like, if you set a goal, it doesn't matter what the goal is, even if it's not getting drunk, let's say. There's going to be challenges. That's just a given. Everything is going to have challenges. So it's almost like on the one hand, I was like, man, let me set this goal and hope I don't have challenges, but that's not realistic. So it's a matter of somehow. I was talking to the Bible-based counselor, Daniel Pryor, and he said to me that all these diagnoses are all boiled down to anxiety. So insurance companies need a diagnosis code. It has to do with the insurance company, but you don't have to really call them all those things. You can just say it's some anxiety based thing. And the anxiousness is it's keeping you so on edge basically that you don't feel you can control certain aspects of your life. And in order to cope, I guess you'd medicate, right? So so that's the feeling. But then if you, we know there's going to be challenges in life, so we know there's going to be challenges. How are we going to deal with them? If it's anxiousness, somehow we're not. I'm just telling you in general terms, and I don't want to oversimplify it, but I guess if what he's saying is true, and it seems to be, how do we deal with? How do we take these challenges in stride, relax, and again, in my case, I've had, for me, I think challenges in terms of working good a lot of hours, and I feel like I'm getting towards the end of that. I'm thankful for that, and that helps me psychologically set a goal because I can see an end of the pressure and um, that I can deal with. Because they talk about meditation, right, and fellowship with the Lord and things like that. And I would like to add that in. And I'm reading Atomic Habits, and he's talking about if your goal is to meditate, don't worry about 15 minutes, which was suggested by the rabbi I was listening to. He said 1 minute a day. Okay, well, there you go. And then that's probably what I would look at setting a goal is. I would set the goal to get that 1 minute a day in, but that's the way you do it. And it's to start the habit, like make it super doable. And that helps with anxiousness too, because you don't feel like a failure, like you're not doing what I said I was going to do. Well, if you said you're going to do something like a minute of meditation, as long as you're diligent, you can do it, right? So that's something, even that might be a little challenging. At my work, I'm late virtually every day, but no one's upset at me, but I still want to do better, but I don't want to, anyway, trying to figure out the perfect balance. I just can't get to the thing too early because what? I could be checking my fantasy baseball or something, just a few more. Just get a little more information because it's a fun way to start the day. Whatever. But I guess I could be doing 1 minute of meditation in there, right? So anyhow, those are all tips. I mean, what am I doing? I'm making a song to deal with challenges of life that are kind of widespread, amongst humanity. And let's just help each other, lift one another up. And that's what I was talking about the last song some too, right? All right. So I so much want to be so sober. So much so won't stop till it's over. I could try to say the sober among us brung us thus far. Can I say that? Thus? No, because thus far would be so far, right? Yeah, but so far, I'd say thus far. Brung us thus far. Those striving for the same. See that shining star. Are we not up to stuff? Up to snuff? Are we not on par? Why we keep falling back. Why it be so hard? To do right. You see, I'll say it. I mean, we all fall short of the glory of God. Yes. But is there a continuing? And we talk about treasures in heaven and all this stuff. I mean, why it be so hard to do right? I'm not gonna say that. To do right. Here we go. To do right. To do what's right. And escape unscarred. This, if you haven't heard this one, I'll put in my rap. But ain't life a sorry. That fan, man. It ain't life a testing place, not a resting place. Why would how could we be untouched? How could we be untouched when that? How could we be untouched? I know what I kind of want to say, but I'm not going to get to it. How can we be untouched? How can we be untouched when Scripture says so much about the devil's schemes? How he thought, how he seeks to thwart dreams. So perspective is key. I like that word. In the midst of our, I'm gonna run out of time. I'm gonna leave this word, see if I can remember it for next week. I know what I want to say, but I'm gonna have to look it up next time I get back to the rhymes.